do the intro? Or?
Sure. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary folk, welcome back to the Dead Film Critics Society. First time in a while. We've been with lots of life stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard being a master's student, and it's hard being the #1 film critic in the world right now. For Daniel Lang here, my beautiful co-host, and of course I'm Aiden Billing. Welcome back. We have some things we're going to discuss today. We've spent a bit of time apart, so we've both seen a couple different things that the other hasn't.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some of those individually. Maybe spend a bit more time on some of the stuff that we've both seen. Talk about some news as always, and yeah, just generally have a good time. So let's get into it. Kick us off, Daniel.
All right. So I was getting to news. Just wanted to mention. So the Oscars are going to be no longer on ABC starting in 2029.
YouTube.
They're going to be on YouTube.
Finally.
Yeah.
About goddamn time is all I can say, because you already how... Okay, if the YouTube moderators are watching this, I didn't say this, but it's really hard finding an illegal streaming link for the Oscars every year, because I don't have cable. Who the fuck has cable anymore?
My parents.
Well, your parents are old. No, I'm joking. No, I love your parents. Your parents are nice. But no, yeah, it's not very many people have cable these days, so it is very hard to watch it. So I think that's a smart move. I mean, we're seeing that with like a lot of the other award shows. Some of them are streaming on Netflix already. So
Yeah. I mean, actually, they changed the name. They're going to be called. It's no longer the Screen Actors Guild or SAG Awards. It's the Actor Awards. They changed it.
Why?
I don't know.
That's gay.
It feels kind of anti-guild in that way because it's no longer mentioning the guild. And I guess it was supposed to be like to make it more appealing. It's like, oh, you know exactly what this is because it's called the Actors, so it's about actors. But like,
aren't most award shows primarily? I know they
yeah,
also.
I know. Most people watch award shows for the actors most of the time. Like, and maybe like a few of the movies are like big, like sometimes our bigger blockbusters get into Best Picture, and we can talk about that a little bit and maybe break down what we have and have not seen from that. But yeah. So that was the first thing. Oh, yeah, I agree. It's good that it's moving to YouTube.
It needs to make it more
makes
accessible.
a lot more sense.
Yeah, because like this isn't the 90s and early 2000s anymore. Like you gotta move with the times. The Oscars have been kind of slow with this, so I'm glad to see they're finally doing something. All we need now is for the NBA to get on that, because I don't want to. I mean, we don't have Peacock in Canada. At least the NHL's on Prime for some games.
Yeah,
which is better, I think. But
they have stuff
is the NBA
now.
on Prime too?
I don't think so.
I don't know if it was. Oh, maybe it's just Peacock.
And it's a little. Well, apparently in America, I think it's even worse because it's like they've given the contract for different nights in the NBA to like so many different companies. They just subscribe to like 6 different things and like.
I know, it's absolutely insane.
I don't know how.
And then they blackout games aren't in your area. That's just a problem. But yeah. I mean, it's not really like that for like.
But I mean, if you want to watch one team, I hope it's not as bad. But I guess if you're trying to watch as many teams as possible, which haven't been.
That's doing that we don't have. That's why I'm only a Raptors fan. I don't care about any young teams. Yeah. So anyways,
there's this film called The Sheep Detectives that had a trailer. So it's where Hugh
Jackman
is murdered and the sheep talk. They're animal. Well, they look like normal sheep, but they can talk. And they're gonna figure out.
I didn't finish that trailer, but that's what it's about. That's crazy.
That's what it's about. No, I didn't know what it was about either, because I think it's actually from like some Oscar-nominated writers or something like that. Because at some point I considered it a potential awards nominee. At this point, I think it's just supposed to be like a. I don't even know. It's interesting that a film like that's honestly getting greenlit with like a larger-ish budget, with like no clear like director vision or even like. Hugh Jackman's a star, obviously, but he's not like Leonardo DiCaprio, I guess, or even like Timothée Chalamet at this point. So it's definitely an interesting move. I guess it's supposed to be like a family-friendly Knives Out thing, so it's going to be like about the sheep.
I guess so.
Even though Knives Out is fairly family-friendly already. It's mostly sanitized.
Yeah. No, that was another movie we'll be talking about later, probably.
Oh, true, yeah.
Very peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a piece of news, too. That does sound very funny. I wouldn't mind seeing that potentially. Where is it? I just had it. I mean, obviously, we can talk about like Rob Reiner getting murdered by his own son and his
Yeah.
wife too. Unfortunately, that
Obviously,
was
very sad occurrence.
very sad occurrence. Man is a legend. He's made so many great movies. Not bad as an actor too, I would say. Yeah, I think he's pretty. He's pretty funny, especially like the first time I ever saw him acting was The Wolf of Wall Street, which was he's playing.
Yes.
Jordan Belfort's dad.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very funny
Absolutely
in that role.
hilarious. Yeah, no, I mean, he created one of my favorite movies, which is The Princess Bride. I love that one.
Harry
Well,
Met
he
Sally.
directed,
I mean,
sorry.
he's directed so many
Yeah.
great movies, and obviously it's a very sad thing that happened. Yeah.
Certainly is. Certainly is, guys. All right. Oh yeah, you gonna talk about Digger?
Yeah, I haven't looked at much of the intro yet. Apparently, it has a pretty high budget, but Tom Cruise has a new original movie called Digger with the director Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu,
Oh yeah.
director of Birdman and The Revenant. His last movie was Bardo back in 2022. That film was one of his first, was kind of return for him to make a Mexican film, but it was also a Netflix film, so that also had a pretty high budget. That was not as successful.
Yeah, I didn't even know it
critically,
existed actually.
awards wise. I
Yeah.
certainly don't think it was considered a worthwhile investment for Netflix probably in the long term, because I don't think it had really staying power. Like, I don't know. I feel like you would never find it in your algorithm unless you like watched Mexican movies mostly. Like,
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
There's good foreign language
But, like,
movies out there.
of course, but like I feel like you'd have to specifically be like, you know, be watching only Spanish like be someone who's like a Spanish speaker and only
Yeah,
be
that's
mostly watching Spanish content, I guess, here
Yeah.
or in Mexico to get that recommended to you. So, but obviously I'm glad that Tom Cruise is uniting,
Yeah.
giving
No, me too.
Alejandro Iñárritu
Nice to see Tom
more
Cruise
budget.
like a different type of movie aside from Mission
Yeah.
Impossible. I do love those movies, but it'll be interesting to.
No, it's great that he's back in an original
see.
thing because
Yeah.
I liked.
I just
Tom-
have no
Top
hint
Gun
of what it's
Maverick.
about though. Like I guess he dates, but like what the fuck
Yeah.
is he doing? I don't understand. But that's okay. Not every trailer needs to give everything away. I think honestly we've had a problem in recent years where trailers give too much of the movie away and then there's
Yeah.
no mystery, no suspense. And I'm glad that we're starting to see more and more trailers like not do that. Because, it should be to excite you about the movie. And speaking of that, great trailer I recently saw was for Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg movie that's coming out about aliens. And yeah, really, it gives you a hint of the plot, but nothing really that severe. It just makes you excited for the movie, and I am very excited to go see that. I love to see Steven Spielberg doing sci-fi. It's where he really, made some of his better movies, and yeah, it's nice to see him back doing it. And I hope it's really good. But I mean, this man could sleepwalk and get at least one Oscar nomination at this point in his career. So
That's true.
yeah, are you excited for that movie?
Yeah, I mean, it. I haven't looked at too much about it. I know David Koepp is the screenwriter, and his last two projects were Black Bag and Presence, which he both did with Steven Soderbergh. But those are both really good movies. So considering this is also an original idea from Spielberg, I'm looking forward to it. This is kind of back to his, his roots, his E.T., his
Close
Close
Encounters.
Encounters, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't love, but E.T. is obviously a classic, and
Yeah.
no taking away from that.
Mhm.
Obviously, the achievements that he's made in sci-fi are some of the
Yeah. I mean,
greatest for any director,
no, for real.
and so
I mean, progressively, he's made some of the highest grossing movies of all time. I mean, they're not the highest grossing anymore,
yeah.
but with inflation, they would probably still be up there. But at the
Definitely up
time,
there, yeah.
they would be incredibly high.
No, I mean Josh O'Connor being in it, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Emily Blunt's obviously very good, and there's a Coleman Domingos I think is in it, a few other very talented actors, so very stacked cast too. So no reason to doubt it at this point. I'm trying to learn as little as possible about it overall, but
Smart.
obviously going to be seeing it on opening day, assuming it doesn't crash out on reviews. The reviews are not for some reason terrible, which I don't think they'll be terrible for a Spielberg film.
I think it'll be okay. I mean, his last two films were reviewed very well, so the old man still got it. So, gotta respect him for that. Apparently, there's some Tomb Raider TV series in the works right now. They've got Jason Isaacs cast in it at this moment in time, which is interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, the last Tomb Raider movie wasn't even that bad, but it just didn't have the lasting impact that I think people would hoped it would have. It was a good cast: Dominic West, Walton Goggins, and Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft, which I think would be honestly pretty good casting. I actually liked her a lot more than Angelina Jolie. It's just too bad.
Alicia Vikander hasn't really had a bigger movie, hasn't been in a bigger movie in a while.
It's too bad. She deserves better. Honestly, she's a great actress.
Yeah.
Mm. Is that a Labubu on your screen?
Yes. So the next piece of news I was going to mention was that they are apparently they have a director for Sony Pictures Labubu movie.
Oh my god! Release me!
It's the Paddington guy. It's the guy who did Paddington 1 and 2 and who did Wonka back in 2023. This is his next project, apparently.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe this can be the new Barbie. Actually, it's probably going to be more the next Minecraft movie. It'll just be.
I hope so. I hope it's
nothing. But I mean, this guy is talented. So
he's a talented director.
If this movie's going to get made, maybe he can make something interesting out of it.
I mean, I went into Wonka with pretty low expectations, and I came out quite amused, and I had a great time.
Even though it's going to take someone really masterful to make me actually think Labubus are cute, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Labubu, Labu, Labu, Labu. Liv does that voice all the time sometimes, and she knows it annoys me.
She raised bitch.
Yeah.
Labubu content. Hilarious. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. It's Paul King, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, Paul King.
Yeah. Oh, see, Paddington 2 made me cry. So
Paddington 2.
If the Labubu movie can make me cry, maybe I'll go out and buy one, or a Lafufu, whichever one's cheaper. But
yeah,
we'll see. We will see.
So Warner Brothers is launching a new, what they call a contemporary film label. So I think this is how they have New Line and the different
show.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. They're doing a new one. I don't think they've announced the name of it yet, but it's going to be led by the people who previously worked as under the Neon marketing group, specifically the chief marketing officer and the guys who architected the marketing for things like Longlegs and the Parasite Oscar campaign are going to be leading that. So I guess a loss obviously for Neon. Neon's still obviously doing a lot. They have a lot of great international films this year because they just buy everything great from Cannes and it works out for them. And I mean, this will be an interesting things. I think this group will be looking to acquire some of the more interesting indie films, a few of the more interesting indie films every year. So that will be interesting to see, what they do with those campaigns. I'm assuming a couple of them, one or two, will be horror movies, only because, those are usually things where it's you get them for cheap and then you just market them creatively and hope it works out. Did you watch Shelby Oaks? Sorry,
I think
that was a Neon release.
I didn't get to see Shelby Oaks yet, actually. No, I was kind of slipped my mind. I should check it out at some point here.
Right.
So I do love Chris Stuckman, and I want to give it a try. I know we talked a little about it though.
Yeah.
Speaking of Warner Brothers, well, Netflix has tried to. Did the deal go through? I can't remember if it did.
The deal will only be confirmed by the fiscal quarter 3 of 2026. So fall 2026 or so.
Well, for those of you living under a rock, Netflix is trying to buy Warner Bros. And now Paramount is also trying to do a hostile takeover of both of them. And I'm just I don't know. I think monopoly is incredibly bad for the entertainment industry. Yeah. It's bad for any industry, honestly. But I mean, just the amount of monopolies we're starting to see these days, or oligopolies, it's getting ridiculous in all facets of our daily lives. Corporations coming into the movie industry, I think, has done irreparable harm to cinema to some degree, because for the most part, not for the most part, but for a lot of films, marketability and profitability potential are put as, not to make a joke, no pun intended, but put as paramount over actual good quality filmmaking and interesting storylines. Don't get me wrong, that's not every film. I think there's still a lot of great stuff out there. You just have to know where to look. But even some of those films don't get marketed properly because studio executives don't know what to do with them because they're in a corporation mindset. And it has turned it more into seeing movies as content instead of, I think, art, which is what they obviously are. So I hope that this merger doesn't go through because I think, like I said, I think it would cause even more harm to the industry. We're gonna see everything get Netflixified, which I don't want. So, but we also have a department. There's also a Department of Justice in the United States right now who's like sitting on their hands and feet. They're not doing anything about the Epstein files. So why would they do anything about this? So.
I mean, they might, only because apparently Trump said he wants Paramount to buy them. I mean, but it seems like Warner Brothers just won't sell then. So honestly, a stalemate is almost a better scenario, I feel, where things almost continue somewhat as normal. Because I think Warner Brothers, I really appreciated their approach. Like, I think Michael DeLuca and I think the other person, Pam Adler, something like that. Those two who have been like the kind of the studio executives in charge of like greenlighting their biggest projects have done a lot of great stuff. I mean, Sinners, Weapons, and One Battle After Another.
Yeah, they've had a pretty
all
good
in
year.
1 year. I think that's like, you know, some of those obviously.
They also gave us Barbie 2 years ago as well.
Yeah, so
that.
like those, you know, decisions
And
to greenlight
Oppenheimer,
those things.
I was about to say Oppenheimer because of Christopher Nolan. I remembered it was Universal.
Yeah, but the decision to greenlight those, I think, is very admirable, and I think, you know, stuff like Digger and other things that are coming out are obviously the exciting projects we want to see, and so I'd hope it's mostly stays the same, and obviously
and
HBO
Dune
shows.
Messiah as well.
Dune Messiah.
I'm so excited for that.
You know, probably be the weirdest one. Might be the most mixed based on, I think, the source material I know, but obviously still something very much to look forward to. So
I wonder if we'll ever get the adaptations of the later Dune books where Paul turns into a worm.
Yeah, I don't think Denis is gonna direct them.
Probably not.
At the very
That's
least,
okay.
but you know, obviously those are exciting projects to look
Oh
forward to.
yeah, very exciting.
And so yeah, I kind of want things to stay mostly how they are, but and then yeah, obviously Netflix seems to potentially, you know, if they do buy it and everything goes through, hopefully they at least keep some. It's somewhat looking. I'm more worried obviously about I think the TV side because while they also might limit potentially the potential of theater runs for some Warner Brothers stuff, even though they say they won't affect it, or at the very least they're going to shorten probably the theatrical windows for sure, which just always keep shrinking.
It's just stupid, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I would love to see. I want to see more movies in the theaters, but you know, you gotta leave them in there for just a little bit. Like, why is it like? Do you remember how long Avatar was in theaters? Like when it came out in 2009, it was in theaters for months and months and months. That's how it made $2.7 billion. Even like Endgame was in theaters for quite a while. Like it was in theaters for a couple months too. Like, I think that we can't lose that because I mean, then because I love when there's like little theaters who are like more local. They've been around for a while. They usually get the movies like second leg of release or whatever. Like my local theaters, the Review Cinema, which actually Guillermo del Toro helped save from closure a few years back during COVID. Yeah, so I think we need to keep movies in theaters for longer. I don't want to see it on streaming like a month after it came out. That's dumb. Yeah. Anyways. Lord, what do we got next?
A couple of trailers for new Netflix projects. There's the Peaky Blinders movie called The Immortal Man.
Immortal Man.
Obviously, Cillian Murphy and I think Barry Keoghan is the new addition to that cast.
Nice.
I don't know if this is like something you probably have to watch the whole show to watch. I don't know. I haven't read anything about if you need to or you don't need to.
I wonder if
But
they'll
that's
do like
obviously-
an El Camino thing where they summarize all of Breaking Bad.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
There is a new teaser for a film with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Stephen Yeun, and Tiana Taylor called The Rip, which is about a group of Miami cops who discover millions in cash.
I think that movie's coming out pretty soon.
Stash.
Huh?
Yeah, it's coming out later in January, I think,
Yeah.
on Netflix. But that's one that's not really getting a theatrical
It looks
release
interesting,
because
and
of
I love Tiana Taylor.
the
So.
Netflix situation. There's a Madden movie. About
I saw
John
the
Madden.
trailer. That my God, Nicolas Cage. it actually looks pretty interesting to be honest. I wouldn't mind.
It is from David O. Russell. If we remember,
Oh boy.
David O. Russell.
Never
He's.
mind. My excitement's
I don't
gone
know
down.
why he. Unfortunately, I don't know why he's still working. It's a
Somebody-
little crazy. This film got
somebody
made in the
kill
first
that guy.
place.
No, joking. Don't do that.
I mean, that guy should not be working. in
No,
the
you should not be
industry
working. That's
anymore.
why I will be pirating that one probably.
Yeah, because like, I don't know. It's a Thanksgiving movie apparently, which is. I don't know. I guess they're hoping to get all the people who love the NFL.
Wait, it's coming
on
out
board
on
with it.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving 2026.
Damn.
Apparently, according to this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it'll be great no matter what. Like,
That's David
I
O.
very
Russell.
much doubt it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never loved
Amsterdam was
anything.
weird.
Yeah, Amsterdam was not very good.
Taylor Swift got ran over in it.
The
Which is kind
reception
of funny.
was not very good, so I doubt there's going to be much going there. Saoirse Ronan's making her directorial and writing debut with a film called Paper Plane. It's an Irish film.
Ooh.
So she's going kind of back to her roots. She's been in smaller stuff for the most part recently, but I think she's kind of maybe finding her own creative path, not necessarily like just signing on to whatever the next hot project is, but just doing things she cares about and maybe getting a little more local with more Irish/British productions.
That sounds good.
Because she was in this movie called Bad Apples, which I really liked at TIFF. Still, I don't think it got bought in North America by like a distributor, which is unfortunate. I don't know if it even got a UK distributor for sure. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the movie definitely deserves it. I think it'd be, at the very least, it should get a streaming release. Probably deserves a theatrical one. I think it would be a really fun comedy for people to see together. Mm-hmm. But, it's challenging for some. It had some mixed reviews, but I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good, and she's great in it. I think Saoirse Ronan's obviously still definitely one of our most talented actors. Yeah. So actually, anything she's in should be taken seriously.
Yeah. I was gonna say before you move on to your next piece of news, I was gonna tell you I actually ended up seeing the trailer for Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Yeah.
I saw it before. When was it? I can't remember what movie it was for. I think it might actually have been before Fire and Ash.
Oh really?
Funny enough, yeah. And what the fuck?
Dude, you need to see it.
It looks hilarious. Did they actually jump off the CN Tower?
You have to find out.
Oh my god.
They kind of do.
What the fuck?
But Jesus. No, everyone needs to see Nirvana, the band, the show.
I still can't believe that. I still can't believe that the guy was.
You need to see it, and you tell your friends to see it. Please go see the movie. Anyone watching.
Support Canadian content.
Support the movie because
support Canadian. Watch this. Watch Heated Rivalry for sure.
Oh yeah. Have you watched Heated Rivalry?
No, I've not. I keep on seeing clips from it though. I need to see it.
No, it's all over social media. Me and Liv started the episode last night.
Yeah.
But now it's just all she sees on her feed right now. So she was literally texting me, saying do I need to finish, can I finish it right now? She's barely getting driven crazy just by seeing it and wanting to watch the rest of it. She's like, we need to binge it now. So I'm definitely probably going to end up watching it more later.
Nice. Tonight. That's good. That sounds like fun, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. The Avengers Doomsday trailer. Did you see it?
Can we start off with this first of all? All right, I understand the X-Men are going to be in that, right? I expected that because they announced it, but why are they bringing back Captain America? I don't understand that at all.
I don't know. I could not tell you.
And what, Thor I sort of understand as well because his story was undetermined at the end of Love and Thunder, so that's fair, right? Those two ones I understand, but Captain America's story is over. Why the fuck are we bringing it back? Especially given the fact that we have a new Captain America.
It's true.
The people are just
they made a whole Captain America movie about that Captain America.
For real. It's unrealistic depiction of American politics in that movie, though, because they're not giving enough money to Israel, I think. So.
Yeah. For in that clip where it's like...
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
We don't have the Avengers. What are we going to do?
I have a brilliant plan. We're going to send $15 billion
dollars to Israel.
I know. I love that. I love whoever does that Harrison Ford impression. But no, anyways, get back on topic. Dude, I just feel like Marvel's scraping at the bottom of the barrel right now.
Yeah.
And I am getting... The more I hear about this movie, the more I'm getting increasingly worried that
it feels like the number of things they're trying to bring back just feels like they're admitting defeat. It's like...
I know.
We've run out of...
Justice for Shang-Chi as well, man. Where the fuck is Simu Liu?
He'll be in the movie.
How much screen time is he actually going to get, though? Bro, they could have had a fucking Shang-Chi sequel already.
They're paying him enough to keep him happy enough. I mean, to be fair... Well, he's got other projects, but that's definitely his biggest paycheck.
Can we get him in more martial arts movies, though? Because bro was really good in Shang-Chi. He can carry an action movie. That movie did good for a COVID release.
He should have his own little John Wick thing. Could be a little more indie than John Wick's.
Honestly.
Why not?
Yeah, I like Simu Liu a lot.
He is supposed to be in, I think, this video game adaptation that's from this guy who's like a fairly prominent indie action director, but
I don't remember what the game is
Okay,
called.
well, I hope it's good. That would be nice. I want that for him. I would like success for Simu Liu.
Yeah.
So I always like when Canadian
But yeah.
people are succeeding, but yeah, anyways. But I don't
See
know.
Nirvana the band, the show, the movie instead
I will see that probably.
of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice already and I'm ready to see it again. I think that's the kind of movie that I'll like want to watch basically anytime.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good. I think it has a lot of rewatchability and like the bits in the trailer are just the beginning. Like that's like just the first 10 minutes basically for the most part.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so most of the movie's not spoiled then. That's good.
Yeah, no, there's a lot more movie for you to encounter, I think.
I like that.
The jokes and the way they carry the story through is
See, the thing about this movie, just it seems like it's gonna be a movie. You know, I like
Yeah.
that. I'm excited. I'm excited to go see that actually. No, I mean like you had told me about it a few times, and I was like, yeah, you know, I mean like you make good recommendations, so like I'll probably check it out at some point. But I think seeing the trailer and just seeing how crazy it was gonna be, I'm like, what the fuck,
dude.
That's actually
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's like in my top 3 movies of this year, and
Yeah.
and this year was really good. Like there was lots of great movies this year.
Yeah.
So like that recommendation, and this is like, you know, a fairly small budget, mostly funded by the Canadian government movie. Just like Heat Rivalry was also funded by Canadian.
I love that. Fun.
I'm glad that we have some Canadian projects that are at least getting overseas success, and
Me too.
I'm hoping Nirvana the band, the show, is one of them. I'm glad that they're at least giving it a marketing push where you see the trailer even before something like the fact that you saw the trailer even though you've only seen bigger films. Like I saw it before the Marty Supreme trailer because that's the same distributor as Marty Supreme's distributor. It's the same as Nirvana the band, the shows.
Interesting.
Here in Canada, but I'm glad you like saw it in front of Avatar. Like people, I was very happy when people were laughing at like, you know, the bit where he's like coming with the peace signs.
Yeah.
People were laughing at that in the Marty Supreme because I was a pretty packed screening of that, and I was very happy by that. I'm like, I hope people will maybe go see it.
No, man, Canadians are funny. I mean, if people don't know this already, then I mean, like some of the greatest comedians of the 80s, 90s, 2000s are all Canadian. You know, I mean, like someone like John Candy or like Martin Short for an example. Like those guys have all done amazing.
And it's not even so much as that like Matt Johnson, the director, and like his cast are funny, but that like the movie that they made just is like wonderfully improvised. Obviously a lot of jokes in it that's very silly, but like then the way the plot works is also very comedic. The story itself is comedic. Yeah. And like there's a lot of visual comedy as well. Yeah. That, you know, you get to see. Obviously the idea of them jumping off the CN Tower is
definitely
interesting and hopefully funny in itself.
My interest.
But no, you gotta see it. If you see one movie in 2026, you gotta see Nirvana the band, the show, the movie.
I will.
Alright. Stranger Things 5 finale trailer. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. I want to go in completely
blind.
Just
go blind. I mean, we know most of what we need to know.
We'll finish up with news, and then before we get into all the movies, let's talk about Stranger Things. Yeah. Because we can't. That was the one thing we can't talk about Stranger Things.
They're doing a 14th Ocean's 14, or they're just calling it a new Ocean's movie. Oh. It will have George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Don Cheadle, and Matt Damon.
Hey.
Bringing back all the old. I mean, that's a crazy cast in any movie. Yeah. Obviously, it's a little crazy that like all those people came together at the same time for one movie. Even I feel like closer to their prime. Yeah, closer to their prime.
I would say it was probably around their prime.
Back when. The first Ocean's 11 movie came out. Yeah. I mean, have you seen any other Ocean's movie other than the first one?
I have all 3 of them on DVD. Okay. I've also even seen Ocean's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, people hate on that one. I don't mind it. I think it was kind of fun. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't there also supposed to be like an Ocean's like prequel of sorts, like an older, like a time period, like a period piece? Yeah. One set with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. I think I saw.
Yeah, I did hear something about that, but I don't think it probably went into development hell or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, I think, directed by the director of Twisters and Minari, Lee Isaac Chung. I'm always, he brings a little more of a, interesting approach to his films.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
He makes blockbusters feel a little more personal, at least from
I
my
like
experience
Twisters.
of Twisters, and I saw it a couple times. So.
Twisters deserved more, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, the fact that like it got released just before Deadpool and Wolverine came out, and then it took away all of its IMAX screenings, just kind of killed any momentum it had. It was really sad.
it could have been a fun
It could've-
IMAX event, but
It was fucking great. I had such a good time watching that movie. The only thing I wish. Okay, I started it again.
all right.
Yeah, but basically, I saw that movie twice, and like
Yeah.
you know, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time, and I saw it twice in theaters. Saw it a third time on digital. Pretty solid, you know.
Yeah.
I own it on Prime.
Nice.
Yeah, and I would if I ever see a physical copy of it, I'll fucking pick it up too. I enjoyed it. It was a good, fun blockbuster. I like disaster movies, so yeah. But anyways, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things 5. I guess volumes 1 and 2 we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Finale. It's the eve before the finale will come out.
Yeah.
It's coming out New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about?
A little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you because Volume 1, Chef's Kiss, good setup.
Pretty good.
Even though like the twist that Mr. What's-It was like back then. I mean, we all saw it coming, but at the same time, I thought it was a good build up.
Mhm.
You know, it was a good way to build up. You know, his presence being in the show again. And when he comes on screen, holy fuck, dude, the Max Z showdown was crazy. Like, there's that one scene where, like, he stuck his fingers through that guy's skull. That got me. I wasn't expecting that shit. That came out of nowhere.
No, they.
It's wild. And then,
they
like,
didn't hold back on the violence there.
yeah, no, they did not. I like that. I mean, like, it was, you know, good fucking bloody showdown. And then the reveal that, you know, Will could, you know, flip his connection to Vecna back around and use some of his powers was pretty good, I thought, you know?
Yeah.
Good twist. I like the way they built it up as well in that moment with, like, the little flashbacks to who he was throughout the show. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I wasn't as crazy about the reveal that, you know, number 8 was back, you know, the
the
brown
she
girl.
was in
Yeah.
the lab in the Upside Down.
Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever, sure. Like, it's fine. I think it'll work. You know, at least they're doing something with her instead of just abandoning that plot line.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, that was good first, you know, few episodes. I was very into it. I was like, okay, I cannot wait for the rest of it, you know, and, like...
It had a good build-up.
Build-up.
Like, episode 1 was a little more, like, we're very much resetting the play, like...
Yeah.
Where we do a time jump, and then everything's, like, somewhat... normal, and there's like this normal thing that has some danger to it, but apparently it's gone fine most of the time, and then of course we go into the one that like goes differently, that you know, gets the drama started, and then it builds up pretty well to that sort of mid-season finale. But I mean, the momentum right now, I think going into the finale, like you said, is a little more rocky. I think people were not as enthused with how they decided to approach going into the finale. What was kind of the pre-finale
Nobody died.
cliffhanger. No one dies.
People should have died by now. I'm sorry to say.
The plot armor has definitely been very strong. You know, there's so many moments that they show
Nancy and
that
Jonathan
don't really
should have
add
died.
anything to like innovative action or filmmaking,
Yeah.
but then also put characters in situations where it's like they could probably get hurt, or at least or potentially kill. Obviously, it'd be a weak way potentially to get rid of some of these. Like, I guess, you know, the Duffer Brothers obviously want to. I'm assuming they're gonna kill anyone in the film. I'm assuming they will.
That's what they were saying.
They'll give them a very poetic ending.
They better.
But then, like,
you had your
at
chance
the
to do a
same
really
time,
poetic ending
then
for Nancy.
you
and
don't
fucking
have
Jonathan.
as much sense of. There's not like
Yeah.
I felt like it was a little too safe the whole time.
I agree.
Or
Yeah.
there's not as much of a sense of danger going into this.
Mm-mm.
And right now you think almost that, I guess, I mean, that's sort of the idea of the season so far, is that their worst enemy is almost themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I guess with Will in some ways, where it's like
Yeah.
the whole idea was that, and like a lot of people have mixed opinions. Obviously some of them were just bigots review bombing it. But at the same time, I think there's legitimate criticism for like having literally everyone at that scene.
Murray
What
definitely
was your
didn't need
thought?
to be there.
Yeah, what are you?
I think
8 was there.
I don't think some of those people could have fucking set that up. They don't know Will. Like, why do they care? You know, and I'm sorry. Like, you know, I think, like, you know, it was good. He had to come out eventually, but I feel like it would have been best if it was just his mom, his brother, Mike. He already came out to Robin, so she didn't probably.
Maybe Dustin and Lucas.
Probably Dustin Lucas, like the core
the
group.
core
I think the core group should have been there, you know, but not some of these random characters. You know, I'm sorry, that's a bit much. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I did fucking loved Eleven's reaction because it's getting memed on like crazy. Everyone's like bringing back those Millie Bobby Brown homophobia memes. You know, where she like, what they're saying she hates gay people. Have you ever heard of these?
Not really.
There's like a whole like meme of this. It's like been going on since like the first season.
Mm.
Yeah, like they've been memeing on this poor girl since she was a fucking tween about like, you know, protect the shades.
Now she's a mom.
What?
She adopted a child.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Jake
That is
Bonjovi.
crazy, man. People younger than me are adopting kids.
I know.
What is life? But
Well,
she's rich. She can afford it. It's
alright.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, definitely could have been handled better. Also, like, just not a lot really happened in the final episode of that volume. The one episode I really did like though was like the one where Will kind of takes control of Vecna, breaks his leg, and like
snaps his ankle.
as a good one. I think that was actually a pretty good episode. And I was on board, you know, but then the quality started kind of going down and down. I just didn't feel like we were learning as much about Vecna's like origin as I mean maybe we should have been. I will say I did like the reveal of the Upside Down being a bloody bridge between two dimensions instead of it just being a dimension itself.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually kind of cool.
The idea of it being a wormhole, like bridge, is interesting.
Yeah, I mean it was also hinted at in the first couple episodes too. So
yeah, I mean
I definitely didn't see that.
Definitely no problem with that. It makes enough sense. Like
definitely, there's
it's
good
a
elements
cool
there.
reveal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, what are we gonna do with that? What's the meaning of that? Because like the other place that they were going to doesn't really seem to have any significance to anybody.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, there's another planet.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't,
Well,
it's not like it has
Dimension
anything
X.
valuable or like that people want. It's just like, oh, science.
Yeah.
Innovation for innovation's sake, which is cool in theory, but this is also a fiction show where like it feels like people should want something out of it, and it doesn't really. That's not clear. Obviously, we still don't know what Vecna wants for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to maybe just like, well, like I said, the idea is that they're about to collide the two worlds.
Yeah.
I guess reset Earth potentially by
Yeah, it's gonna be
people.
interesting to see what they do.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that because, well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess save the world and all that jazz. That's what they're about to do.
Yeah.
Do you think Eleven's gonna die?
She fucking better. I'm sorry. We need people to die. I'm sick of these characters having so much plot armor. Okay?
Who do you think should die? Because there was that one moment
Hopper,
where Nancy...
11, Callie. You know what? Who else? Maybe not Dustin. Dustin and Steve should live because I think they got a pretty satisfying end of their conflict arc. That was good.
Yeah.
Nancy and Jonathan should have died in that goo room though. That would have been kind of poetic, and they shouldn't have broken up either. That was stupid.
Did you know they broke up when you first watched it?
Like I had an idea because they chucked the ring on the ground. I just
Right.
assumed that was the case, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I thought the idea was that they were chucking the ring because they were about to drown.
Yeah.
And I guess they leave the ring behind because they're
Guess so.
not going to get engaged. But just because you don't get engaged doesn't mean you break up.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Unless
just
it's
kind of
you know
seemed that way.
now they're like
They've confirmed it now. I mean,
yeah
Duffer Brothers, but
it's
definitely could have been
because
done
they're
better.
not going to have another scene I guess where they like do anything with them. Because that's the thing. There's so many characters that I feel like the arcs for everyone are just kind of weak overall. It feels like Will's the only one who's gotten.
Will's had a
lot
pretty
more
good character
progress.
arc.
Yeah, and it like makes sense, and obviously they've been kind of building it, especially
11's
since
not doing that much
season
at the
4.
moment.
11's had nothing to do,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
which is why like I feel like she's gonna die.
I think she
'Cause
should die.
It's the whole idea that Callie's been there to say
Yeah.
to her that the military will just keep hunting her down and
No,
trying
that's
to
true. Yeah.
use her to recreate more
Yeah.
superpowered beings and
Yeah.
why I don't know.
Obviously,
They're the
Vecna's gonna
military.
die though for sure. We know that.
What if Vecna doesn't die? He just disappears.
Well, that would also be good too. Because, I mean, it ends the series, I guess.
I
but
guess so.
I still like Jamie Gamble Bauer as Vecna though. I think
He's
he's still great this season. Nothing wrong with him at all. Yeah.
What's your new favorite part of the season?
You know what? I actually like the dynamic between Holly and Max.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of cool. I didn't think we needed another running up that hill sequence. I think they probably could have just cut that.
It looks worse.
It does look worse actually.
Because I guess the idea is they were like, oh, we're doing like sort of like real lighting because it's like, oh, the light from the portal that brings her back
Yeah.
to consciousness is like this white bright light because like
Yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it makes the rest of it look kind of bad. Like when it was just red and darkness, the lighting made a lot more sense and was more moody. Whereas this is like very muddled.
I agree. Yeah.
The technical aspects have been weird in some parts. Like there's some cool filmmaking for sure. Like
that sequence on the tower was a bit shaky in the first
half. That tower sequence looked so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a $200 like? It looks pretty bad.
Netflix. I mean, they had so much time to work on it. I'm not sure why it didn't look. You know, I mean, to be fair though,
$50 million apparently to make it.
I know, like most of it looks good though. I will say, like especially the Maxi fight looked really good. I thought.
Yeah, I mean most of it.
And it was a 1 or 2, which I love. I'm a slut for 1 takes.
Yeah, I mean there has been a few 1 takes. I feel like there was more impressive 1 takes in the season 4 though.
Oh yeah, no, season 4 that sequence in the house.
Sequence house, yeah.
That might be one of the best.
That's probably the best oneer and maybe the best sequence. Yeah, but
maybe the best.
Definitely the best oneer I think that they've done.
Yeah, it was very good.
If you want to call it oneer, just something over 1 minute or whatever.
I love that so much. It's so good.
It's
yeah, but I don't know. Predictions for the finale. Will they stick the landing?
I'm worried.
Yeah. Also, I'm worried.
I feel like it'll just be kind of mixed. I think it'll be like, I don't think people are gonna all of a sudden be like, the Duffer Brothers are geniuses. Give them another $300 million to make a new show now.
Yeah.
But they're also not gonna be like, I don't think it'll be Game of Thrones bad.
No, I just want it to be satisfying. That's all. You know what? Screw the stumbling they've had right now. I just want them to fucking end the show well. That's all I care about.
All you want is some good character moments.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want.
Honestly, it'd be almost better if they kill Vecna faster. I'd almost like it if they resolved like the real life, because they keep trying to resolve like I feel like the real drama between these characters while still overlording that. There's so much stuff happening. People are in the Upside Down. Everyone's in danger, so they need to make a new plan and scramble. But then, like, I feels like especially like the Jonathan and Nancy scene is a perfect example of that, where they only get them to actually talk about their lives when they're like about to die, but then they psych us out and like, oh, they're not dying, but then they also broke up.
Oh, I know.
And it's like okay, but like, I feel like a serious scene like that could have been done when they're not as much in danger too.
No, I agree.
So I don't know. It's hard to do obviously because you want the epic showdown to be the main focus of the whole season, but then you also want to wrap up all these characters. It's just too much. You can't make something very good with all these things that they're trying to juggle. I think they've just basically given themselves an impossible task.
Well, yeah, it's true.
I feel like even some of the, that's why I feel like, the smartest writers and directors ever just wouldn't try to do this.
Yeah, I know. I may have bit them off a bit more than I can chew, but we'll see. On the bright side, though, there was a really good, consistent Stranger Things like show this year, and that was Welcome to Derry, and I enjoyed that thoroughly. I don't know if you watched that, but
I never did watch Welcome to Derry. I was watching the other HBO shows. I was watching the comedies. I was watching I Love LA.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I heard it's good.
And The Chair Company.
Yeah, I heard The Chair. I watched the episode of The Chair Company. It's wild, but yeah, you should definitely watch Welcome to Derry if you have time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I never did watch the It movies.
Really?
Yeah, I never watched either of them.
Crazy.
So.
No, Welcome to Derry made me. Oh my god, it's bawling my eyes out, man. There's just one character who dies. I'm not gonna tell you who in case you want to watch it, but I like when a piece of media can make me cry. Honestly, despite the problems I have with this season, like when Max and Lucas reunited, I actually did shed a tear. I was actually okay. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah.
And then like Karen Wheeler blowing up the laundry room is also a pretty good moment, but
it was a little.
She's done more than Joyce.
That feels like when you're out of ideas and you just like pick. That's like the 70th idea I feel like they had to do with that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we get them out of the situation where we want to put them in a situation where Demogorgons are coming after them in the hospital. How do they get out of it? Feels like that's like the last thing you would think of. Is like, oh, they're gonna get distracted by
Karen Wheeler
putting something in the laundry and then blows them up and everyone else is okay.
Yeah. She's
again, no stakes because like no one gets affected by the explosion and everything. It just cleanly takes out the Demogorgon. Or when Lucas kicks the Demogorgon out of the elevator.
Oh yeah, I was surprised by that. That was a bit of plot.
It's like His legs are just.
Yeah, I know.
His basketball did so much for him.
Basketball.
Like, it'd almost be more satisfying if for some reason he was like, I'm doing leg workouts now. But then, that never happens because they're all still, like, in danger the whole time, sort of. Like, there was never a calm to, like, it makes more sense when stuff like, Dustin getting left behind for a little bit because he was getting beat up.
Mhm.
Like, sort of makes sense because of his, like, allegiance to Eddie and how Eddie's still kind of viewed as a villain
His PTSD
by other people. But then there's moments like that where it's like, all of a sudden Lucas just kicks a Demogorgon.
Yeah, no, definitely get
Other stuff like that just doesn't feel like it's earned from character very much.
Yeah, fair enough there. Well, let's hope the finale does a good job, and then
It'll be a movie. I wonder
basically we'll be a movie.
what it will have on Letterboxd.
I guess we'll have to see. All right, shall we move on? What do you want to talk about now?
Yeah, let's maybe talk about Avatar. Do you want to?
I'll be quick though. Yeah, we'll be quick so that we can spend more time talking about Knives Out, and then we can probably after that.
Yeah.
Well, not after that.
Yeah, we should maybe finish.
We'll talk
Knives
about.
Out. Let's quickly wrap it.